Good evening. Welcome to Grievers Empowerment with Tanika Diller. I am absolutely honored to have you join my channel, so thank you so much for being here. Today, we are talking about the International Bereaved Mother's Day. How many of you have ever heard of that? We do know that Mother's Day is coming up. It is the second Sunday in May, but many do not understand or recognize that the first Sunday in May is designated as Bereaved Mother's Day to honor mothers who have had to say hello and goodbye to a child, especially those who have lost children during pregnancy due to miscarriage, stillbirth, or during the infant phase. So today, I want to take a moment just to talk a little deeper about the Bereaved Mother's Day. Now, this is not a Hallmark holiday. You won't go to your local supermarket and find cards that give voice to the bereaved Mother's Day. But my hope and challenge is now that we are aware that bereaved Mother's Day exists, that we would be challenged to take our actions and our thoughts and our conversations to a different level as we speak with women that have experienced the death of a child in the coming weeks. So now that we know that the grievers, that not just grievers, but that there is an International Bereaved Mother's Day, what do we do? Like if you work with someone who has lost a child, do you say something? Do you avoid it? Do you skip it altogether? So I want to make sure that we all understand that grief is about love. Grief is not just about death. It's about a change in a relationship, and it can include death. But the core of grief is love. The core of grief is love. Love is at the center of it all. And when we think of love rather than death, it makes communicating about grief a little bit easier when you wrap it in love. So, my challenge to all of us this week is if you know of a mother who has experienced the death of a child, would you honor her in some way? And it could be as simple as picking up the phone to say, Mother's Day is approaching next Sunday, and I wanted you to know that I'm thinking of you. Sounds pretty simple, right? Here's another suggestion. Go pick yourself out a nice card at your local supermarket. It can be a blank card. It can already be a Mother's Day card. It doesn't matter. Put that card in the mail and say, I'm thinking of you this Mother's Day and I hope you have the best day possible. Period. It's so simple. It's so simple. That mother is going to feel such love just the thought that you remembered that she is a mother. One of the things that was very hurtful to me in my recovery journey after having experienced my first miscarriage was my daughter, Destiny. She died in December. And so in May, I, was not pregnant again and I didn't have a baby to show. And so I went to church on Mother's Day and I was told happy almost Mother's Day. And I didn't understand what that meant because I was a mother. And so I don't know how you're almost a mom or I don't know what that process was, but that was very hurtful to me because what it made me realize is that I am not a certified mother to this individual until I have a baby to show for it. And I did. Everybody just didn't get to see her, but she did live. She existed. So a mother is a mother no matter the length that they carried the baby in their womb. A mother is a mother from day one. So I hope that you will take that information and be, challenged and move to action by it as we approach Mother's Day. I think going forward in the years to come, there will be, unfortunately, mothers that will face another Mother's Day. They will face another first Sunday in May, a bereaved Mother's Day without a child. Would you please honor them? Would you please honor them in some way, whatever is comfortable for your heart, whatever you're comfortable with saying? But whatever you do, don't avoid them. Don't avoid these women because they need you. They need us. The second goal of this video is to do just what I asked you to do, and that is to honor some very special women and mothers who I have been privileged to walk alongside and support over my last 10 and a half years of facilitating Share Upstate Pregnancy and Infant Loss Support Group. This morning I was really drawn to thinking about these women. I knew it was International Bereaved Mother's Day, and there were just thoughts and memories on my heart of so many women that has crossed my path over this last decade. So as I thought about it, what I realized is that so often when we think of pregnancy and infant loss, we give a lot of time and credit to the child, but we don't celebrate the mothers or the fathers like they need to be celebrated. And so this morning, as I was thinking about all of you precious women, I was drawn into our office where we have thousands, literally thousands of photos. And so I'm going through my photo box, and as I dug deeper into that box, I was just flooded with so many memories. A lot of good memories, but there were some memories there that really brought me to tears this morning. I remember uh, picking up a box, and the pictures were not yet in an album. And I knew exactly what they were before I even opened them. It was pictures of our son, Grayson. Grayson is our second son, born still at 38 weeks due to a port accident. And so his pictures, they're not framed. They're not in a memory book. They're not in an album because I just can't do it. And it's been 8 years. 8 years. I do have some in a little photo album that I keep by my bed, but all of the pictures are still um, in the paper from which they were developed. And so I took a moment and I just went through those pictures, and I saw the look in my eyes. I saw the look in my husband's eyes as we held our son. And that brought me to absolute tears. And I saw the look that my husband had on his face and the look that I had on my face. I don't have that anymore. Yes, that's something to celebrate. Is it strength? Is it tenacity? It's all of that wrapped up into one. So I took a moment on International Bereaved Mother's Day and I celebrated my own journey. I saw pictures of my very first pregnancy before we ever knew anything about pregnancy loss, before we were introduced into this world of pain, this world of suffering, which ultimately led to purpose and passion for me. I remember the innocence of our journey. Um, and I was amazed. I was amazed at uh, the love that we had for each other that's still there. I'm amazed at how much we've grown and how much we've developed and how much together we've been able to help other people. And then my thoughts were toward you. I found a note from Grayson's death in 2011. Michelle, who has been part of my journey for many, many years, we were connected back from What to Expect message boards back in 2009, I believe. But we formed a close group, all of the girls that were a part of that group. And so we celebrated each other's journeys. We celebrated when someone had a baby and if someone had a subsequent loss. We were all there for each other. And I found a note from her this morning. She had made me a bracelet when Grayson died, and something on the bracelet had broke, so I sent it back to her, and she replaced it and sent it back to me. But I just read her heartfelt words, and I remembered the friendships that were formed out of loss and out of love. I was just amazed at the journey. And so then I just started recounting all of the many women who I've crossed paths with. I found another note from my husband's coworker's wife. So my husband's coworker is Jason, and his wife is Jennifer. I've never met her, but she was following our journey through my blog. And she sent a card and said, we've been praying for you. We followed your journey, and, we're so heartbroken at the loss of your son. But she said that she too had experienced 2 miscarriages, and she wanted to encourage me that the pain that I was feeling in those days wouldn't last forever. I'm so thankful that I held on to all of those memories because it has inspired the very words that I'm giving to you right now. There are many of you who are bereaved mothers, and you don't know how to face Mother's Day that's coming up. You don't know how you can ever share your story with someone else. You don't know if your story even matters. Please understand that your voice matters. What you have to say, it matters. Your tears, they matter. The journey that you have begun is worth sharing because you never know whose life can be changed and empowered by it. So as I continued to scroll through all of those pictures, I started to just recount the names of the moms. We often say the names of our children, but today I wanted to say the names of the moms. And it brought tears to my eyes because there are memories attached with the names. Wow. And so tonight, that's what I want to do. By no means am I going to call out all of the names of all the women that I have been impacted by or supported by. Trust me, there are hundreds. There are hundreds across this country. And whether I say your name or not, I want you to know that you matter, that you are honored, that you are not forgotten. That there are a community of women who are encouraging you to share your story. If you've been silent, I encourage you to break your silence and share your story. So powerful because once you break your silence and share your story, it's almost like you're unlocking the voice for someone else who needs to find a safe place to share. So tonight, I want to honor first the people that I have been just so amazingly blessed to lead Share Upstate with. This is a support group here in South Carolina. We've been in existence for 10 and a half years. We've supported over 450 families. 450 families in the last decade. And I could not do this alone. We founded this group, myself and Hope Linnell, back in 2009. And Hope's son, Colin, um, died due to a cord accident. And so, Hope, I honor you. Years after Hope and I started this journey, we realized that we needed some help because the numbers were growing and we needed other people to support us. And so we added new families, new parent facilitators to our group. We added Penny Dewberry. She's the mom of Nate and Allison. Nate is in heaven and Allison is here. But Penny, I honor you. And then we added Bethany and Richard Winston. and their son Reuben um, died in second trimester due to incompetent cervix. And so, Bethany, I honor you. Bethany just does great work in the upstate and leading share alongside of us. And so, these women that I've been blessed to work with, they are incredible. Penny's journey has led her to become a nurse. You know, watching her son in NICU absolutely changed her life, and she was willing to take the hard steps to make sure that she could impact the world for other people. So, Hope, Penny, Bethany, I honor you. Thank you for what you do to encourage other bereaved moms. And I've also been supported by many other women that I've never met face to face, but we have an amazing connection through online groups that we are a part of. This started back way before we were ever a part of Facebook, but um, Tessica and Samara and Michelle and Courtney and Chantel, there are so many ladies from that What to Expect group. I can't even call everyone's name, but I'm so thankful that our paths have crossed. So for Dana, for Victoria, who I deeply love so much, for Brandy, for India, for Erica. Oh, oh my heart. I went through my pictures this morning and I found a picture of someone that I mentored, and she had lost a baby, and she subsequently died. But I found pictures of Erica and her daughter Tatiana today on Bereaved Mother's Day. Erica, I remember your journey, and I honor you. For April, for Stephanie, mom of Trevor, I honor you. I honor you. There are so many. There are so many more, and I could just probably list them out for the next hour. But just know you have been thought of. If we've ever been in communication about pregnancy and infant loss, I have spent intentional time thinking of you, wishing you well, speaking strength to you today. For Peyton, for Carol, for Kimberly of Silent Footprints, thinking of you, sending hope and love to you. So guys, please do the same. This week, please say the names, not just of the children, but of the mothers who are empowered with strength, those who have gone on to do amazing things because they have loved, not because they have lost, but because they have loved. Many of these women have gone on to write books. They've started nonprofits. They've done giveaways. They've suffered a divorce. That's something that's not often talked about, but marriages take a hit when a pregnancy loss occurs because there's so many emotions and communication is rough. There are women that have lived through a lot. And so if you would just pause and celebrate these women with me, it would be great. And I'm still just hearing names that I want to just call out. To call out Brittany and Michelle and Amber. Amber, who goes on to do great work in the hospitals. For Elizabeth, there's so many. Oh, there's just so many. I'm proud. I'm proud of you, ladies. I'm proud of what you do. I'm proud that you haven't given up. I'm proud that you still stand strong and you share your story. You stand strong even when you didn't have to, when you didn't know where strength was coming from. But thank you. Thank you for talking through your tears. Thank you for finding your words and sharing your voice. Stay tuned to this Grievers Empowerment channel. we're going to bring some of these great mothers to the screen to share their story and to help you be inspired by what they have experienced. Thank you so much for being a part of us tonight. I look forward to empowering you on this journey.